So hello everyone, my name is Sayam of class 12th KV Bangana. I am here to present my model on the theme of technology and toys under the sub-theme health hazards and technology. So basically I made a wonderful toy, a beautiful toy to be used by the visually impaired child to make their learning easier and more fun. So basically, what happens is that when parents give slates to their children, and so that they'll know how to write things while playing with that slate, and the slate really fascinates the child. The child loves to write and erase things again and again on that slate. But in the case of visually impaired child, he cannot do so things. So I made a touching slate for them. This touching slate is very helpful for their learning. So basically, this is a touching slate. You all can see this is my touching slate. So the touching slate is comprises of Velcro strips and a pen in which wool is there in the pen, which from using which we have to write on that Velcro. So now basically what happens is that Velcro has many nylon fibers on it, small nylon fibers on its surface, and when wool comes in the contact of that nylon fiber, then wool gets attached to that nylon fiber, and we can easily write what we want, and the visually impaired child can actually feel the layer of the wool which is on the Velcro, and he or she will understand easily that what is written with that wool, and he will understand that what is written, and in this way we can make their learning easier. And I think that this beautiful scientific observation gives a scientific touch to my toy. So also, let's come to the working of my toy. So here you can see this is a touching slate on which Velcro strips are there. These are the Velcro strips on which nylon fibers are there. And like here we have a pen weaved with the wool, and on the end of the pen there is a revolver, so that when for the first time you will write off the wool, and then when you peel off the wool from it, you can easily get back the whole wool back in the pen. So now, like, if you want to tell that child who cannot actually see, like, we want to teach him how S looks like, how we write S. So we can simply write S here like this. Like this. So here we written the S. Now the child can actually feel the layer of the wool which is on this Velcro, and he or she will easily understand that what is okay, this is S, it feels like this. So whenever he or she in the future feels something like this, he understood that this is S. And you can easily peel off the wool like this. And now here comes the role of the revolver. Now when you revolve the revolver, the whole wool gets back. The whole wool, like you can see, the whole wool is coming back to its initial position. Now let us suppose we want to teach that child about how a flower look like, how we draw a flower. So we can simply draw a flower like this. So like here our flower is ready, but my flower seems very dangerous too. But forgive me, I am very poor in drawing. But yeah, you can see it looks like a flower. So the child can actually feel the layer of the wool on it. He can feel the layer of wool on it, and he'll understand. Okay, this is flower. Okay, this is flower. And like this, we can peel off the wool, and then using the revolver, the wool comes back to the initial position. Okay, so now we are done with the working. Now let's come to the advantage of this touching slate. So first of all, I want to tell you the biggest advantage of this touching slate toy is that it is affordable by everyone. Everyone can afford it. It is very inexpensive. The second thing, the whole toy is made out of trash things. Like the velcro I used are of my shoes, which are of no use now. The pen I used, it is lying useless in my house here and there, so I used it in this model. And wool is available everywhere, you can buy it from anywhere. It is also very cheap item. So using these three things, we are actually solving the great problem of visually impaired children in our country, or in the world. So I think the toy is very useful for that. And the third advantage and the biggest advantage is that this is for the first time when the visually impaired child can himself or herself can write things using this slate like this, and then they can actually feel what they have written, which is not possible. Yet they use a braille script for their learning. As braille script has dotted patterns, and when they feel the dots and they understand, okay, this patterns look like, okay, this is A. But they are unable to write on their own. But this slate lets them to write on their own in whatever way they want. Like writing on the slate is very easy. In whatever way they want, they can write in the slate, and then on their own they can feel what they have written, which is not possible. Which is not possible uh, until so far. But this slate makes it possible, and I think the slate is a very good toy for every visually impaired child to use. And not only visually impaired child, simple childs, normal childs can also use this slate to make their learning, to have more fun in their learning. So that's all about my slate. And I hope you all you all will, I hope this slate is a new idea and is a good idea. And when we talk about the practicality basis, so it is also a practical toy we can apply in the markets, and we can sell in the markets. So that's all about my project. Thank you, have a nice day.